Hello people, it's Gino here from realeverydayenglish.com. Today's video is called A Handful of English and hopefully you'll learn lots of useful vocabulary. Let's do this. Happy Sunday and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here and you are a person who is trying to improve your English and sound like a more confident and natural English speaker, then you're definitely in the right place and you should consider subscribing to the channel. If you do make the decision to subscribe, make sure you hit the little bell notification so then you never miss an upload. So I'm going to spin the camera around and start today's vocabulary demonstration. Okay, so a handful of English. Let's do this. So the first thing to describe is the phrase handful. Now there are two main ways in which we use this. The first one is to describe a quantity that fills the hand, okay? So I have a tub down here which has lots of change in it. We use the word change in British English to describe loose coins, okay? So I'm going to take a handful of change, a quantity that fills the hand. I have a handful of change, or a handful of coins, as you might say. And the second way we use it is to describe a person or a group who are difficult to control, okay? So for example, let's say you are a school teacher and you can say something like, I really enjoy being a teacher, but sometimes the kids are a real handful. And it means that sometimes they're rather hard to control or to keep order of. So that's the two main reasons that we use the word handful. So speaking of the hand, this is a handful of English after all. Let's talk about the anatomy of the hand. Now, anatomy is the branch of science which is concerned with the bodily structures of humans or other living creatures, okay? So basically what we're talking about here is the different parts of the hand that make up the hand. Now, I'm not going to get too technical. I'm not going to go into what each bone is called or what each muscle is called, because unless you are a hand specialist of some kind, you don't need to know them particular phrases. But let's start with some of the basics. So this is going to get difficult because I'm trying to hold the camera on the stand in between my knees while I do this. So the inside of the hand here is called the palm of the hand, and on the palm of the hand you have these lines. You can see the lines in the palm of the hand. And there are certain people out there who claim to be able to foretell your future just by looking at these lines. So you will often hear the phrase a palm reading, or I had my palms read, past tense, and it means that somebody looked at these lines on your palms and they told you what your future is going to hold. Then we've got the fingers. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and each one of these fingers has its own particular name. So the thumb is not a finger really. It's the thumb. It's different. So you've got the thumb. Then you've got the index finger. Now the index finger is the one next to the thumb. Then you've got your middle finger. Then you've got your ring finger, although the ring finger is technically on the left hand, I think. This is the finger on which you wear your wedding ring or your engagement ring or whatever. And then this one here is called the little finger, or another phrase you'll hear for the little finger is the pinky, okay? Then you've got the back of the hand. This is the back of the hand. This joint, the joint that connects, this is the joint that connects the hand to the arm. It's called the wrist, and the wrist can bend and flex, like so. Then you've got the fingernails, or just nails, you'll hear it. So these are the fingernails on the tip of each finger. These are the fingertips, the very ends, okay? You've got the nails, then you've got knuckles. So these are knuckles here. These are the main knuckles though, which are on the hand. And there's a phrase that you'll often hear in films or in the street as well, you know. There's a phrase, it's a knuckle sandwich. And a knuckle sandwich is another word for a punch. Basically, you know, you're going to get punched in the mouth. You'll be eating a knuckle sandwich. Or as we say here in Northern England, a knuckle butty, because we use the slang term butty for sandwich, we wouldn't actually say sandwich. Some people might do, but it's very formal. So what else can we do with a hand? We can give someone the thumbs up. Thumbs up. Now that's literally, okay? So if you approve of something, or if somebody's done a good job, or you like something that somebody's done, you don't even have to say anything. You can just give them the thumbs up sign. But you can also say it. So if somebody, for example, expresses an idea for you, or to you, should I say, if somebody, that was grammatically incorrect, if somebody expresses an idea to you and you really like the idea, then you can say, thumbs up. It's a thumbs up from me, mate. You don't even have to do it. You can just say it's a thumbs up from me, mate. And the opposite to thumbs up is obviously a thumbs down. So it's a thumbs down from me. I don't agree, or I don't think it's a good idea, or whatever. What else can we do? I've got a little list of verbs that we can perform with the hand. So the next one would be to pinch or to nip. Now, to pinch or to nip something or someone, you have to use the nails. So you use the nails, usually of the index finger and the thumb, and you get a little piece of skin and pinch it in between them two nails, okay? So, for example, I'm pinching my finger, or you can call it nip. It really hurts if somebody does it on your stomach, for example, or your chest. It can really hurt. And you'll often hear people say, oh, somebody pinch me, and it means they don't believe what is happening. So when you pinch someone, it hurts. So they're asking you to pinch them so that they can feel the pain, so they know they're not dreaming. So, for example, if I won the lottery, I could say, oh, wow, can somebody pinch me? And it means you don't believe that this is happening, and you feel like you need to test that you're not asleep. So the next one, we can poke, okay? Now, when you poke something, you use the index finger as well, usually. So to poke is basically to do this. Poke. So if you poke someone, you're usually trying to get their attention, so you can poke them in the arm, or you can poke them in the shoulder, or something like that. So yeah, this is to poke. You could use the word prod as well, although prod is usually done with some kind of instrument that you're holding. So if I had a stick, for example, I could prod somebody with it, whereas when I'm using my finger, we usually use the word poke, okay? Then we've got slap. Now, when you slap something or someone, usually a slap is performed from one person to another. It's when you strike someone with the inside of your hand, okay? So slap. I'll slap my knee to give you an example. So you'll see it in films every so often. Somebody might slap another person if they're not very happy with them. Then we've got punch. So to punch, we need to make a fist. So this is a fist. When your hand is in this position, it's a fist, and to punch is to punch someone, yeah, like a boxer does. Then we've got grab. So to grab something is basically to get hold of it, okay? So I've got the tub, and I'm going to grab the tub, grab it. It usually, when you say that someone grabbed something, it usually means they did it quickly or with force. So that's grab. Then we've got throw. So you can throw something, and to throw something means to cause it to travel through the air, okay? So I've got the lid to the tub that I've got all my change in, so I can throw this and it lands on the couch over there. We use the word land. So when you throw something, it lands on the floor or it lands somewhere, okay? So that's to throw. Then we've got catch. So catch is say there's somebody else sat over there and they throw this, so I throw it up and then I catch it. So when you catch it, it's when you cause it to stop flying through the air and you keep hold of it in your hand, okay? Then we've got scratch. To scratch, we use the nails also, so the fingernails. So if I've got a mark on my jeans here, I can scratch it. So I'll be scratching my jeans, okay? Scratch, like so. Then we've got, you can also scratch another person as well. So if you scratch somebody's skin and it causes a mark or it causes the skin to graze, you would describe that injury as a scratch. Also, dogs, cats can scratch you, and they use their claws to cause scratches. Cat scratches can actually be quite serious as well. Then we've got pick up. So to pick up is basically to get hold of something in your hand and lift it. So I picked up the lid, okay? Then the opposite to pick up is put down. So I've finished using this, whatever I needed to use it for. I can put it down. So when you put something, it suggests that you actually place it gently or in the right spot. So I put it down. Then you've got hold. Now hold is a strange verb, but it's basically when you pick something up. In order for me to keep it in my hand, I need to hold it. So I'm holding this. Another way we use the word hold is to keep safekeeping of something, okay? So let's say you're a teacher and your students are, I don't know, misbehaving in class and they have their mobile phones. You could confiscate their mobile phone off them, which means to take it off them. And you could say, I'm going to hold this until the end of the day. You can come and get it at the end of the day. And it means I'm going to keep safe hold of it or keep it safe. Another one is wave. So let's say somebody walked past my living room window, I can wave at them. Hi, you okay? Another one is backhand. Now, a backhand is used in two ways. A backhand is a one way we use it is it's like a slap, but you're using the back of the hand. So if someone gives somebody else a backhand, it usually means that they strike them with the back of the hand, okay? But another way this is used, the backhand, is in sports where you use a racket, like tennis or badminton or whatever. It's when you strike using the back of the hand facing outwards. So you'd strike with the racket this way rather than this way. So it's a backhand strike. What else have we got? We've got point. So obviously it's a point is to I'm pointing at the drums. It's just to use your finger to tell somebody what it is you're talking about or looking at. I'm pointing at the lamp. I'm pointing at my foot. I'm pointing at the television. What else have we got? We've got to stroke. Now, to stroke is when you are petting an animal, as the Americans would say, but we use stroke. So let's say this unicorn is actually real, okay? This is actually a money saving box in which my daughter is saving some money. She hasn't got any in there yet though. So let's say this is a real unicorn, okay? Now, if I was stroking the unicorn, I'd be doing this. It's basically to pet the animal. All right. What else have we got? Let's have a look on the list. We've got to turn over and to flick through. Now I'm going to need to get a book to show you this. So here we have my Spanish to English dictionary. So let's say I'm on this page. So to turn over means to turn one page, okay? So I'm turning over. But to flick through would mean this. So let's say I'm looking for a particular word. I need to find the letter that it belongs to, and then but I'm flicking through the dictionary here, okay? So that's the difference between flick through and turn over. What else do we have? We have push away. Now this can be used in a non-physical sense. So if someone pushes somebody else away, it means that they like don't want them to get involved. Or you'll hear it in a relationship as well. So the reason they got divorced is because he pushed her away. It means not literally, but figuratively, he's pushing her away, okay? But physically, it just means to push something away from you. So let's take this cushion, for example. I'm pushing the cushion away, and then the opposite would be pull towards. So if I grab it and then pull it towards, I'm pulling something towards me. We can't use pull towards to use trying to bring somebody close to you in a relationship sense, though. We can't use it as the opposite to push away in that particular context. And the last one is clap. The last verb I've got. So clap is when you... Okay? So let's say, for example, that somebody has just given a speech and you really like the speech, then obviously you clap. And another way we use... another phrase we use towards clapping is a round of applause. So a round of applause is when an actual crowd of people all clap together. So if someone has given a speech, everybody likes it, they can say something like, oh, let's have a round of applause for whoever it is, whoever the singer is, okay? Another saying you'll hear all the time is twiddle your thumbs. So to twiddle your thumbs literally means this. And when you say, I'm twiddling my thumbs, or I've been twiddling my thumbs for ages, it means that you're bored and you haven't got anything to do. Another way we can use it is to suggest that somebody is avoiding work, all right? So let's say I'm at work and my friend, my colleague, he isn't doing much work and I think he should do more. Then I can say, come on, mate, stop twiddling your thumbs and get involved. Stop twiddling your thumbs and start doing some work, all right? The next one is a phrasal verb, handout, okay? So to hand out basically means to distribute. So let's say there's a queue of people, okay? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, and I need to hand out these coins. So as each person comes towards me, I'll take a few coins and give that person a few coins. And then the next person, I'll give them a few coins. And that's the phrasal verb to hand out. So you'll often hear the phrasal verb hand out with leaflets and things like that. It just means to distribute. Another one, which is a phrasal verb, is hand over, okay? So if you hand something over, then you give it to someone. So let's say, this is my pen, okay? Nobody can use this pen other than mine because I'm a weirdo and I don't like anybody using my pens, okay? Just an example. And somebody takes it and they start using it, I can say, come on, hand it over, give me my pen back. And it means give it to me. Another way you'll hear handover used is in the work setting particularly. In between shifts, let's say there's a factory and they have 2 shifts. They have the 6-2 shift, they have the 2-10 shift, and the shift supervisor from the 6-2 shift, when the supervisor from the other shift comes in, he needs to give him a handover. So he needs to tell him what needs doing and how the shift has gone, has there been any problems or whatever, and that would be called a shift handover. All right. Another one is to say that something is in one's hands, okay? So to say that it's all in your hands, or it's in her hands now, or it's in his hands now. And when somebody says that something is in your hands, it means that you have the responsibility over it, okay? So let's say you've got problems in your life, you know, all of us do. And one of your friends can say something like, well, it's all in your hands, mate. Only you can sort it out. And that's what it means. It means that you have ultimate responsibility for it, okay? Another phrase you'll hear is that someone has someone else wrapped around their finger, okay? So, an example, if... Actually, I'm going to show you what to wrap something around your finger physically means. And to do that, I can use my headphones, actually. So if I get this wire on my headphones and I wrap it around my finger, and you can see that it's wrapped around my finger, okay? But we also use this figuratively to say that someone is in complete control of someone else, okay? So you'll often hear it in a relationship setting or in a child and parent setting. Let's say my friend has a girlfriend and he doesn't come and spend time with his friends anymore or anything. I can say something like, oh, his new girlfriend's got him wrapped around a finger, and it means that, obviously not literally wrapped around a finger, but she's in complete control of what he's doing. There was another thing actually I was going to use to show the wrapped around one, but this is a yo-yo. It's a toy, it's my daughter's. And if I place the yo-yo on the arm of the chair, this is the arm of the sofa, I should say, really. Okay, if I put it there, then you'll see that it slides down. It doesn't stay. It slides down the arm of the chair. And when something slides down, it means it stays in contact with it, okay? So let's show you the difference between slide down. So the yo-yo is sliding down the arm, but if it was to come off the other side here, then I wouldn't say it slid down. What I would say was it falls off. So it falls off, watch. And then it hits the floor. So that's the difference between slide down and falls off. And what else have we got over here? We've got, oh, this is the Wi-Fi router. We use the word router, so wireless Wi-Fi. Then you've got the drums. This is my daughter's drum set. So you've got the stool, obviously. This is a stool that she sits on. Then this drum here is called the bass drum, and it's got a pedal, or the kick drum I think you can call it as well. So you press this pedal and that makes this drum make a noise. Then the thin metal ones like this, these are called cymbals. These are called cymbals, and I'm not sure what the technical name is for these two drums, but they're just a kind of drum. And then obviously she's got the drumsticks in order to play the drums, and she makes a lot of noise. Here's a good slang word for you that we use in British English. When someone is making a lot of noise, particularly in Northern British English, we say that that person is making a racket, okay? It's a slang word, and it's something that is only used here in Northern England, maybe used in the south of England as well, I don't know. But let's say, for example, that my daughter is playing these drums and playing really loud, okay? And I can come in and say, what's all that racket? It means, what is all the noise? Well, people, that is it for today's video. I was just sat on the couch relaxing, and I had this video idea that I could make a video called A Handful of English. I hope you guys learned some new vocabulary, and I'll see you people in the next video. Goodbye for now. Ciao.